Hey guys, thank you for joining and watching this recording. Myself and these two ladies decided to do a bit of a video testimonial for you because us three actually live in a different country to our hometown and are building an online business, and we all do our online business full time and basically earn a living full time in a different country. So to get started, I'm going to introduce Caitlin. Caitlin is originally from Perth, Australia, and now lives in Bali. And Caitlin's just going to share with you a quick why she moved to Bali and how she runs her business in a country where she doesn't really know anybody, and everybody else she knows is in a different country. So, Kat, if you want to introduce yourself and get started.
Hi everyone. So basically, I started this business a couple of years ago after working two jobs, working massive hours every single week and feeling completely unfulfilled at the end of every single week. And I knew that I needed to do something to change my work-life balance. And I wanted to find a career that I actually loved and a career that created financial freedom. And when people used to say that to me, I never knew what that word really meant. So after the last couple months of really working hard with this business, me and my partner Kane decided we're just going to pack up everything in Perth and move to Bali. We thought we want a tropical change. We want somewhere where we can live in our values every single day. And because of this residual income, this passive income every single month, it was actually, we were actually able to do it. We were able to create what we wanted to create. And for a lot of people, they're not able to do that because of their financial situation. So we're very blessed to be able to be here in Bali, but to be able to use this business model in Australia and Bali to promote the products that we have, it is absolutely life-changing because what we offer is a business model that is global. And for me, when I noticed that, when I saw that opportunity, I thought, why not grab that with both hands and just go for it? So we are now sharing it with all of our friends over here in Bali, all the expats that live here. And of course, I'm working online, sharing it with everyone back in Australia.
Awesome, thanks, Kat. And how do you work? Are you solely online, or are you now living in a new country? Has it kind of pushed you to go and make new friends and network? And not only to do that, then you've got this other thing on the side of like, I'm making some new friends, but I'm also, they might be interested in the business and want to live a life the same.
Yeah, definitely. It's really exciting because I'm running probably 80% of my business online because that's where I connect with a lot of people on a day-to-day basis through Facebook and Instagram. But it's amazing when you're out on a day-to-day basis, I'm meeting so many new people, and the conversation eventually comes up about what do you do and how are you earning an income working as an expat in Bali. So it's a really great way to bring up the conversation. And so many people are actually inspired by it and they want to hear about it straight away because everyone wants to make a positive change in their life and everyone's looking for that little bit more money. So yeah, I'm finding that it's actually a lot easier than what I thought as an expat living abroad. But it's, people are always curious to find, is there another way? What's another way to earn an income? And online is the way to go these days. Everything, from online shopping to food and groceries, you can buy everything online. So it makes sense to run an online business in this day and age.
Perfect. And finally, would you say that actually moving abroad has boosted your business?
Yeah, it's really funny meeting some of the people that we had just recently come to our villa and hanging out with us. It's been amazing because we've got to know them so much more, got to know them on a whole new level. And for them to actually see the lifestyle that we're living, it was real validation to go, oh my God, this business actually does work. These girls are all earning a really good residual income. So yeah, absolutely. It's boosted my business in a different way than before. And that's really what I was looking for, was a change of lifestyle, increase my business and share this with more people so they can start living this life too.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Okay, so Zoe. Zoe lives in Kuala Lumpur and she's originally from the UK. So Zoe, you moved to Kuala Lumpur before you decided to run an online business. Do you just want to give a little bit of a rundown on, why you moved to KL in the first place, and then why you looked into this business to help bring in an income instead of going out and getting a 9-to-5 job?
So hey, I'm Zoe. We originally moved from the UK because my husband, before he was my husband, he come up with this crazy idea, said, would you ever live abroad? And I was like, oh God, yeah, of course I would. Everybody loves the idea of living abroad. The grass is always greener on the other side. And he was like, oh, I'm going to look at some jobs. I said, okay, yeah, do that. Go for interview practice. I'm sure it'll be fine. In both of our minds, we never thought it would happen. He went for a job interview and he was like, I got the job. I was like, sorry? He's like, I got the job. I was like, oh my God. I was like, we're about to move halfway across the world. He was like, yeah, if you want to. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, it happened. And I was like, okay, are we ready for this? No, we weren't ready. But we jumped. It was incredibly scary, but it was by far the most amazing thing we have ever done. Consequence of that was that I was working a full-time job. I was a events coordinator at a 4-star hotel, which I absolutely loved, but working all the hours under the sun. I actually have a 6-year-old and we now have a 10-month-old as well. I didn't get a lot of time on my 6-year-old. It definitely showed when I was in the UK, which hurt, but I wanted to earn a living as well. And that's kind of how it worked in the UK. Plus, the side of moving abroad was that I had so much more time with her. She gets to enjoy the pool and, you know, all those things that you see. So we came out here, but actually one of the struggles being an expat and moving from the UK was that I no longer worked. And actually for me to work in another country, I would need a degree. Now, I never went to university because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be in university debt just because I didn't have a passion to do anything, just because everyone else was doing it. So I become a qualified hairdresser and that worked really well for me here, but it wasn't enough. I have had a baby, I've had a 10-month-old, but I still wanted more for me. So that was when I found this business and I thought, hey, I've got nothing to lose. Let's see how it goes. I was also very, very interested in my health and being in a different country. It just opened my eyes. And I think that if anybody ever has the opportunity to move, you need to. When you stay in the same country, you're on kind of like one line. As soon as you go to a different country, it changes your angle and the way you see the world. You meet so many different people and it just literally enlightens and lifts you. And you get so much from moving. And being a part of this business has just showed me so many different angles as well. So before I had a very narrow mind of what I thought health was, being a part of this business, moving, seeing all these different cultures, continuously meeting new people, just expands everything. And I never ever thought that I would be living a life where I get to experience different cultures. My health is better than it ever has been because I have an open mind to everything is out there. And I actually believe there's so much more I can do just because we took that jump. So yeah, moving abroad, being an expat, building an online business, something I never thought I'd ever do, but it's absolutely incredible. So I would recommend it to anyone.
That's amazing. And again, similar to Kat, most of your stuff you build online, obviously, because you're trying to reach the UK where most of your friends and family are. And then you do lots of face-to-face stuff in Kuala Lumpur and also some stuff online. Would that be safe to say that's what you do?
Yeah, and it's definitely good because being a part of this business, I probably would have shied away if I wasn't in it. Because being in this business, I've kind of forced myself to have events and talk to people. It's amazing how scared people are just to go, hi, how are you? Because we're so lost in our own thoughts and, insecurities. But this business pushed me out there to do salad in a jar, to do wine and wellness. And the amount of people I met that were inspired by me just going, hey, do you want to meet up and talk about whatever? It definitely forced me to go out there, which is great because online business is fun, but you need human interaction as well. But yeah, online is for kind of UK, whereas day-to-day events and everything is here in KL.
Amazing. Thank you. So I'll share a little bit about my story and then we'll wrap up this video. So my name's Luce Hawkins and I moved to Australia 4 years ago. A little bit similar to Zoe, me and what at the time was boyfriend, now his husband, decided we needed a change. And why not? Why not just move to Australia and see what happens? We arrived, he got a job full-time straight away, so did I. I was working in a coffee shop as a manager, and it was great. It was great fun. It was a new experience. We met a lot of people. 2 years on, I was kind of realizing that I was actually just kind of living the 9 to 5 that I was living in the UK, just in a warmer climate, and that was really it. There was just the freedom that I thought we would have wasn't there. So we needed to look into something different. So, you know, my friend introduced the business to me and said, you know, you've got this huge network of people in the UK, plus, you know, your friends here in Australia. You could actually build an online business with both of those. And I thought, okay, we'll give it a go. And after a couple of months, started realizing that actually this really could become a full-time income. I went to uni. I'm in a lot of university debt. I went to uni and did an events and marketing course, but I don't actually get paid any more money than people without a degree. Quickly realized you don't need a degree these days to become successful. And there isn't actually a lot of jobs out there for what I was qualified to do. And those that are highly competitive and not very well paid. Again, the same as Zoe, I was an event coordinator for a big hotel. I was working 7 days a week in the UK sometimes, especially during the summer. So there wasn't a lot of time for me to do my thing. So we started this business. Me and my partner both decided to do it. And it quickly grew. And we quickly realised that when we moved out here to Australia, we had this crazy dream that we would live 3 months in the UK and 9 months in Australia every year and just chase the summer. Because we're summer people, we don't like the rain, we don't like the cold. But what corporate job is going to go, yeah, sure, take 3 months off, go and enjoy yourself, that your job will be here when you come back and will pay you for those 3 months you can go on holiday. I don't think yet I've found one of those jobs that doesn't then rely on you working when you're over there. So we built this business up. Now, not 8 months ago, I also fell pregnant. And so we're very, very close to having our first child. Living in a country where it's just the two of you, I realized that we don't actually have anybody to look after the child. So if I had to go back to the corporate world, which I left 2 months ago. So I packed my stuff up, I'd left the corporate world, and I'm now doing this online business full time. Had I have to go back to work, I'd have to pay for daycare, which here in Perth would pretty much swallow most of my wage. And I know that's very similar for a lot of my friends in the UK. I'd probably be left with $200-300 spare at the end of the month, which would then have to go on some bills. And we'd be constantly doing, you know, paycheck to paycheck, month to month. The blessing now is that I don't need anyone to look after my child because I can work my business whenever I want. I can work while it's asleep, sat in the rocker, you know, however we want to do it. Or if I only want to do a couple of hours a week, a couple of hours a day, I can do a couple of hours a day. It's my business. It's how I want to run. It's what I want to do. And what everyone keeps kind of joking to me is saying when I'm up in the middle of the night feeding, the UK is going to be awake. So actually it's going to work really, really well because I'm going to be awake when the majority of my network is awake. So we've been very, very blessed with being introduced to this business and this company. And, you know, my recommendation to any of you who are watching this who might be an expat or might have friends in other countries, this business is in 27 other countries. And you can spread your wings across those 27 countries if you like. It doesn't cost you any more money. It actually boosts your business if you do know people in different countries. So my recommendation would be if you have got a network in other countries, this business is absolutely for you. And yeah, I'm excited for the future and especially for all three of us and see where the next, year of 2018 goes. Thank you so much, guys, for joining, and thank you, Zoe and Kat, for also coming on board and sharing your story. Whoever shared this video with you, go back to them, give them your thoughts, and always feel free to ask us any questions if needs be. Thank you.